Today's video is actually not an artifact corner. Today, we will be introducing you to one of our interns, Chris. I pre-recorded a conversation with him, and here it is. Enjoy. So, hi, Chris.
Hello.
So, can you introduce yourself? You don't have to give us your last name, but maybe tell us a little bit about your major at SUNY Plattsburgh.
My name is Chris. I'm a junior at SUNY Plattsburgh. I've been there my entire academic career so far. I'll be a senior in the fall. I'm in the 5-year BA MST program. So when I graduate, I will have a bachelor's degree in history and a master's degree in adolescent education. So later on after I graduate, I'd like to move on to being a high school history teacher. But if I do not like teaching history or dealing with adolescents or middle schoolers, I will definitely consider a job as a historian somewhere in New York City, as that is where I will be moving after I graduate.
Oh, fantastic. And is your hope to teach in the city as well?
Yes, I do hope to teach in the city, and my fiance and I are very excited to move there a year or two after I graduate. She's a year ahead of me, so the plan is that we'll get an apartment up here and teach in local schools and then save up money to eventually move down to the city and live and work there.
Oh, that's fantastic. And thank you for being a teacher, because teachers are unsung heroes in my book, and we need more of them.
Somebody's got to do it.
Absolutely. How did you become interested in history, and what is your favorite time period?
I wouldn't say that I became a fan of history naturally. I did have a few key role models in my high school who went to SUNY Plattsburgh and were. One in particular, Mr. Keegan, was a history student, and he was in the BA MST program that I'm in right now, and he was my high school history teacher, and he was kind of my role model, like your second-hand parent, your allo parent, that kind of thing. So since coming to SUNY Plattsburgh and majoring in history, I believe that my favorite time period to study as a historian is probably British industrialism. When I do historical research and look for historical classes, I tend to look for classes that will offer me not just a historian's perspective, but also a sociological perspective. Mm-hmm. It's not that I like what the people went through during British industrialism, but it's just more of an interesting topic to see how it's kind of molded and changed into today's working class.
Absolutely. And out of curiosity, what has been your favorite piece that you have photographed and or documented in our collections?
So far, my favorite piece that I've documented or found is probably the MacDonough Battle of Plattsburgh coins medallions that I found that weren't accessioned yet, but I did find them and they were very cool, and afterwards I got to go home and do some research on the characters that we did find, and it was pretty interesting. I didn't know that they made medallion coins like that for the characters of that event, but it was very interesting to learn about.
Yeah, I was actually, you and I were both surprised because I had not seen them, and again, we found out that they're not accessioned pieces currently, and that we're going to have to actually accession them because they're really fascinating pieces, and they tell a lot about the history of Plattsburgh and the Battle of Plattsburgh and the key players in the Battle of Plattsburgh. So you kind of went into a little bit about your future plans about teaching, and if you find that teaching and children are a little challenging, that becoming a historian is also a future career path for you. Is there anything else that you're looking forward to in your future?
I'm just looking forward to being independent.
Yeah.
My entire life I've spent in, whether it's kindergarten or elementary school, I've been in school for the last almost 21 years now, and I'm just excited to move on and find my own footing and trudge through a different kind of mud for a few years.
Absolutely. And are you going to miss Plattsburgh when you leave?
I think so. I think I've definitely, if there was a place that I matured in New York State, it's definitely been here with my independence from home. I lived 3.5 hours away. I lived down by Hudson, New York. So being as far away as I am now, it definitely forces you to evolve socially, and I'm very glad that I've taken the steps toward evolving socially that I did.
Yeah, excellent. Well, thank you so much, Chris. We really appreciate having you as an intern this year, and we know you're going to have a bright future, so thank you for becoming part of the Kent Allard House Museum's family.
Thank you for having me.
We hope you enjoyed meeting and getting to know a little bit more about Chris, and we will be introducing you to 2 more interns in upcoming videos. Thanks so much for stopping by.